So you kind of stretch based on how you're feeling that day. Not like a routine, boom, I knock them out, then go. And part of it is when we think that way, we're waiting until something kind of hurts or is tight, and then we kind of do it. For me, my routine is I wake up morning, 4:15 every morning for the most part, not the weekends, and stretch for 15 minutes. That's right. That one allows me to know I've done everything I can, so now I can start my day. For me, I like that so I can go work out, I can do what I want to do. That one is out of the way in my head. If I haven't done that, then I go, okay, now I'm busy, I'll do it later, and later becomes tomorrow or the next day. So how do we learn how to stretch on a routine basis to make it very simple for us and then very routine so we can do it even before we get out of bed? Wouldn't that be easy? You know, easier would be having someone else do it for us. We can't do that to ourselves. So we want to make sure we're doing enough. To get a little closer for this one too. We want to make sure we're doing enough so all of us have a routine. That's the plan for all of us. When we can do that, well, I'll take this a little lower too, is I'll take my shoes off in a second. I'm going to show you stretches, and what I'm going to do is all the way from your feet, your calves, up to I'm going to go up to your shoulders and everything too. Okay. Part of what we do when we stretch, and the plan is left knee markers, right? Here, go a little higher. This is why I have people stretch. Hello again. Is I want to make people understand your joints in your body, your joints in your wrist, for example. What controls that motion, you think? What controls the motion of your wrist? Muscles, right? Muscles in the bottom of your wrist, I call them the bottom or the top. Okay? Those muscles have to connect beyond the wrist in your hand and beyond your elbow here from the work properly. Each muscle crosses two joints. So you want to figure out if my muscle is tight here underneath, how do I stretch that muscle to make that muscle better? So you got to think, okay, if I have a tight back, which motions can cause the muscle to stretch? Which joints can I cross to make sure that muscle is getting stretched properly? And what I recommend people is holding the stretch too. So two things here is you have say again, my disclosure is I'm not an artist, okay? But I'll give you my basic structures. So here is your muscle, okay? That's your muscle there. Has fibers that run along that muscle all the way through, striation that come all the way through. And it crosses, for example, your wrist joint to your hand, and also here to your elbow. That goes to your shoulder. That goes to your body here. Ha! Good way out of my lead here. Okay? So there's your forearm muscle. So we talked about that muscle has to cross into the wrist here, over the wrist and over the elbow for it to work properly. Here and also here. So you got to think of every muscle we want to move. If my leg is sore, where does that muscle cross? So use your own common sense. If I have a sore muscle, how do I make that muscle stretch beyond that joint space, even the joint itself, and hold that position? What controls joint? What's inside the joint that makes things want to move better too, or make it more stable? Are ligaments. How do we stretch ligaments different than muscles? What do you think? How do we stretch them differently? Muscles, we want to move more. More movement, more blood flow, more circulation. Ligaments, we want to hold that stretch. By holding the ligament stretch, you get things that actually lengthen better by holding more tension. So I'm going to give you stretches today that do both. I want to make sure we're doing enough, all of us, as routine to hold that stretch and over time cause joint motion so the muscle and the joint feels good. So that when you get out of bed and go, you jump out of bed and go, I'm ready for my day. Who jumps out of bed? I don't. I'd hurt myself. No. My wife would probably laugh because I'd probably fall down with a muscle cramp or something. You'd probably laugh at me. All right? So now we're going to start some stretches. Give you mine that I normally do, and some that I do periodically to make your body feel better. So we're going to start. Take my shoes off. I have a mat that I usually roll out at home. Use a foam roller too, but make it real simple for you guys. If you were to stretch in bed before you got out of bed, would you feel better?
Yeah.
Most people would. Okay. But we got to do a routine. We can't do it. I had a kid come in a couple weeks ago, and I told him, "Hey, how's your stretches been?" I see him periodically. I do them like 3 days a week. I go, "Which 3 days a week, sir?" He goes, "Sometimes Monday, sometimes Wednesday, sometimes Saturday." I go, "Okay, let's keep it simple," because he was still sore, still in pain. I said, "Can you stretch the days that end with Y? Can that work for you?" And he goes, "I can." So doing it no matter what day of week it is, your stretches allows you to know your body's ready to go again for that day. So to start, what we're gonna do is take a tennis ball at home, doesn't make this big as my dog's ball that I cleaned up, and take that tennis ball, and it's hard in bed, but you can do, even when you're watching TV or hanging out, and just roll your feet in tennis ball. Just roll back and forth. Is that simple enough? Easy stuff. Anyone here ever have plantar fasciitis, foot pain, ankle pain?
Well, not that, but I get cramps.
So, exactly. Exactly, good for cramps. But if you have in the morning, whatever can people do, if you have soreness in the morning or tightness or pain, stretch before you go to bed.
Okay.
At that point, when we're sleeping, we naturally have tightness when we wake up. We haven't moved for, say, 4, 5, 6 hours. So by stretching before you go to bed allows you to feel better the next day. And because at that point, you want to make sure that next day you're waking, you can still stretch, but if you go to bed, I'm a little tight, so let me stretch beforehand so I feel good tomorrow. You're all going to be tight in the morning. It's like, I think once the sun goes down, rigor mortis kicks in. Sometimes, for some people. For me, sometimes too. Right? So I recommend someone, even at home, if it's not the morning for you too, just roll your feet out. Tennis ball, maybe a minute both sides. Simple stuff, right? Okay. Now, if we are in bed, we want to stretch our feet and ankles. All we're going to do is, even if you don't want to cross your legs, just roll them both ways, counterclockwise, clockwise, about 10 times. Real slow. Just be methodical about it. 10 one way, and then 10 the other way. And I like doing one at a time because I'm not that coordinated. I mess up. So you want to do 10 one way, 10 the other way, and then switch feet and go back and forth. Just go back and forth, see how you feel. Get things warmed up. And the problem is, you want to do in the morning, if you're doing in the morning like I do, when are we going to do it? Don't think about it, just do it. You go, I'll do it after I do this, or do that. And all of a sudden the brain starts going, you're like, oh, I forgot my stretches today. This is why I'm sore again. So every day, use your 10 times one way, 10 times the other way. Then once you've done that, how do we make the knees or lower leg now get a little bit looser? What can we do? What do you think? What kind of stretch can we do for the lower leg, the calf muscle, for example, if we're in bed? Which motion? Exactly, right? The calf muscle passes below the heel and attaches above the knee. So how do you make that muscle flex if you're in bed or just here too, and go back and forth? We recommend for the calf muscle, because it is part of a tendon too, triceps serratus tendon, is bring your foot up, hold for 5 seconds, bring your foot all the way down, contract it all the way down, point your toe for 5 seconds. Both up, 5, down 5. And hold it for 5 seconds, give yourself a chance to really warm up that muscle and allow that ankle and knee joint to kind of get stronger too, and looser. So the hold is important as much as the movement is. All right. Next one, same thing too. You want to switch sides all the time. Go left instead of the right. Point that. Sure. Of course. Good. So here, we're going to point the toe, hold for 5 seconds, contract that calf muscle underneath, and bring your toe straight up toward you. Hold that for 5 seconds, contract the foot, make sure the calf's contracted also. If you want to contract the calf more, make sure you straighten out your knee. Because again, that calf attaches above the knee, so you want to make sure your knee is straight, have more contraction in the upper part of the calf muscle, not just the lower calf too. All right? Next part is, how do we get our knees a little bit looser? What can we do? The knee is a hinge joint, right? It's meant to basically come up and down. There's some rotation too. So what people do for the knee is bring your knee straight up. And if you're lying in bed, just cross your legs, bring your knee straight up, hold for a second, bring your knee straight down. Sit up, hold for a second, and then come down. Simple, okay? You can do also, if you wanted to, stretch the knee itself, the kneecap, is cross your legs in bed or sitting down, and just bring that ankle toward your body to make that whole knee stretch. Which ligaments, muscles cross over the knee for the most part? What muscle becomes your biggest ligament is your quad muscle, actually becomes a tendon that crosses over the knee, attaches below kneecap at the ischial tuberosity. So you want to make sure you hold that stretch again for 5 seconds at least, and then relax a little bit, maybe do it 2-3 more times. Again, when you set up your routine, make sure you give yourself time to stretch things out. All right. Yes?
Okay, now, is that, okay, I'm gonna have
No,
this.
you're good, go.
Okay, I'm on chemo.
Yes.
The chemo causes knee pain.
Mm-hmm.
Does that help it? And
Yes.
then, if it helps it, I mean, would I be, because I noticed the knee pain could go all day.
Mm-hmm.
So,
if we're stretching more, we're causing more circulation, more blood flow. We're not causing the bone or the muscle to regenerate more tissue. We're not causing inflammation, we're causing more of relaxation. So you're not loading either, not standing and doing squats. You're doing more of the area loosening itself up. You're causing a distraction of the joint, a lengthening of the ligaments and muscles versus a contraction. So you're going to cause more blood flow, more circulation, and more relaxed. So it will not affect chemo.
okay, now, would that be something that, let's say I do it in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
in the afternoon, or in the evening, my knees are bothering me again, to do the same thing?
It's not communist Russia, sir. We can do whatever we want to do here. You can do it 2-3 times, 4 times if you want. But again, once you start doing it, you're going to realize I'm a little sore. Let me do my stretch. You're gonna have that link too. And just hold that stretch. Even if you're sitting down too, hold that stretch, and then relax when you're ready. It's just finding that link, so we're not waiting for the pain to get worse. Now we can't walk. Now we're done for the day. But by doing it early, it gives you more a chance to make yourself feel better, especially with something you're going through too. All right. Anything else? Yes.
I have a knee problem.
Mhm.
My knee on this side.
On the
pops.
inside, right? Okay.
It pops.
Good.
Is that position safe?
Yes.
Or,
If you were doing this and loading the knee up and down, I would be concerned, because the pressure and the load would cause more pain in the meniscus and the ligament. But by doing a raised or a non-weight bearing stretch, you cannot hurt your knee. But if you have inside knee pain, my trick is you want to almost stretch the area out even more by doing the extension, but also with your foot out. The reason you want your foot out when you do a knee extension, because it works the inside knee, ligaments looser and stronger. So for yours, instead of going straight up, I would bring your foot out, work the inside knee, and make that, then lock it out, and make that stronger. So people have problems with knees sometimes, and a sprain. It's because the ligaments and muscles become too tight. By getting them stronger, by making that area more leg extensions, allows them to actually feel better with the knee. So sometimes you use your common sense. If I have something that's sore, and it's not tender, it's not inflamed, it's not painful when I touch it, I can be more aggressive with stretching to make it better. If not, what happens is everything kind of tightens up and shortens. At that point, it's harder to move. So you want to continue moving no matter what we can do, either weight bearing or non-weight bearing, or both if you can. All right. Questions yet?
I have a question. As I've aged, I'm 68. I've had some back problems and a little bit of knee problems, not much. I noticed that when I go down the stairs, I can't seem to alternate my legs.
Yep.
I can alternate going up, and I do very well going up. But going down, I have to sidestep.
It's because your body, and I'll go over with in detail with you too,
Yeah.
doesn't feel comfortable here.
Mm.
Good. So here, if you don't mind, stand up for me,
Oh, sure.
and then come right over here. Is that okay? You guys okay? This is a side note for most people too. Stand right here for me. I want you to stand next to the chair right where I am right now,
Okay,
and then stand and push your hands so your weight's back on your heels, but hold the chair.
okay.
All right, and look straight up, don't look down. Hold the chair for you, not gonna move.
Like so?
Yep, and then lean back a little bit more,
More, like this?
right there. How does that feel?
Well, it feels like there's a little arch in my back.
Mm-hmm. That's straight.
Oh,
That's
okay.
normal.
So when
So-
I'm going downstairs, that's the problem that I'm having.
Because we have to learn to keep our body up here to make this more comfortable. If I'm already here as my
So,
normal,
right.
I'm not going to feel comfortable going downstairs.
Oh,
Now you're forcing too much of an angle to come
Mhm.
forward. So yours is practicing back of a chair
Uh-huh.
and standing it back on your heels
Mhm.
where you feel a little uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because that's normal.
it does feel a little uncomfortable.
Your
Why
body.
does that feel uncomfortable? I walked up and downstairs all my life, and all of a sudden it changed a few years ago.
Because of back pain, or sometimes because other stuff
Yeah.
too, our
Oh.
bodies learn to make this your normal.
Right. I do
Instead of
feel more
this, your
comfortable
normal.
doing that.
It's your normal. Let's
Okay.
make you a better standard normal, making your back stronger
So
here.
so now you think I should go downstairs and then I'm not
I
gonna
think
fall,
I
am
think
I?
you should learn and test yourself throughout the day. Just hold something, go,
Right.
lean back a little bit more. Retrain your brain to make
Okay.
this your normal
Uh-huh.
instead of where you feel comfortable as your
Right, okay. Yeah.
times. Takes 2-3 weeks.
Okay, I'll
And
try
then-
it. We have stairs next door. That's what
Yeah.
I've been doing is instead of taking the elevator, I've been using the stairs, but going downstairs is like,
When it
am
has
I
a
gonna
railing,
fall?
correct? It has a railing.
Yeah, they have
So
railings.
at that
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
hold the railing and take one step at a time, keep your body back,
Mhm.
one step at a time, one step at a time.
Okay.
Like you're gonna plank procession.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Well, but you're going down, so my knee doesn't seem to want to bend.
so you need to get everything stronger. So here,
So more
So here
strength
now,
on the, yeah.
and then as you're back here,
Yeah.
come down, hold for a second, and
Okay.
then come back up.
And then come back up. Okay. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. So just like, oh, see, that feels weird.
Weird, right? So right there, now come straight down.
Okay, that hurts.
It's okay. Where's it hurt?
In the knees.
Perfect.
In the front of the knees.
Good. Has to get stronger.
Has to get stronger. So that's,
So
I
just-
should practice that.
Exactly. Practice
That
that.
move should.
Come down, hold for a second where it's uncomfortable, a little
Yeah.
sore,
Yeah.
and come back up.
Okay.
As you feel
Yeah, I
more
know when I'm
comfortable.
sore.
That
Well,
makes sense,
good.
though,
No,
right?
I appreciate that because that has been my concern.
It's
My
a
son,
common
when he
problem.
saw me doing that, he goes, "Mom, what's wrong?" I go, "I don't know. I can't go downstairs
Right.
anymore."
I'm done with stairs.
But I want to be able to do that.
Good. So we have to relearn where your body has to go. All of us
Okay.
have to.
Okay.
And then work the muscles that way with
Mhm.
load so your
Right.
brain can reset your posture on your heels
Uh-huh.
instead of on your toes.
Oh, okay.
All
My
it,
heels.
it doesn't matter if you're 65, 35, 45. Anyone who's had a job here
Mhm.
has learned to make this their normal. They've adapted their environment.
Right.
We have to make their bodies now reset back here. Just work. It's always work. You know, all of us have to do it. You
Yeah.
know? Part of two, our facial bones and teeth are more the way of the skull anatomically, so naturally we feel comfortable here. We have to focus on getting our body back here all day long. Even sitting in a chair, we sit more upright instead of being Obviously that's how you go What do you do?
Yeah.
All right, questions? Quad muscles for yours also too.
Okay.
You're going to be tight. So you want to do, as we talked about earlier, making sure we're stretching out the knees this way,
Mhm.
holding that stretch.
Yeah.
Then taking a tennis ball, do it with our feet, and now use that tennis ball even throughout the day. Just roll tennis ball on your thighs. If you can relax them, even better lying in bed, for example.
Mhm.
You just roll that tennis ball to your kneecap, inside, outside,
Mhm.
and also up to your thigh, so get the whole muscle to stretch. Your thigh muscle attaches below your knee
Mhm.
and attaches through your hip. So get the whole muscle stretch all the way through.
Mhm.
And just work that for about maybe 15, 20 seconds, top and bottom. At home I use a roller to stretch out my quads. It doesn't feel good the first couple times you use it. But it's beneficial if you do them every day.
Yeah.
Because that consistency is the key. And always do left side and right side. The right side is not going to be jealous. And again, you want to make sure your muscles are relaxed when you stretch, so you get more of an effect of hitting more deeper to the bone versus when your muscles contract, it'll kind of fight you a little bit.
Mhm.
Get more toward the bone of the stretching, so you feel that deep stretch in that muscle all the way here, and then switch up. Again, you're inside that too. If you feel Even tight on TFL bend the side legs too, same thing. If you're lying in bed, just use that ball to pull it back and forth. Just work, simple stuff, right? Okay. Now, we talked about two. We talked, and the hip, and again, same thing. When you're stretching this way with the knee, you can multitask, which I can't do very well. As we're here stretching the knee, now push that knee down to stretch your hip too. Why are our hips tightened? Because we're doing this all day. Tight hips. So what we're gonna do now is bring that knee, we're gonna have tighter hips too. Here, stretch your knee. As you're doing that, then push your knee down away from you. Stretch your inside hip. Get that looser too. All right, good. Perfect. All right. And again, hold 5 seconds, relax, hold 5 seconds. Yes.
Now, now, this may not be the right time to ask this
No,
question,
Norris.
but I want to ask because I want to know if they're related. So I get, in the morning especially, lower back pain, and I wonder if this same exercise, I don't know if it would be upper hip pain or lower back pain.
It would be more lower back pain or hip pain, meaning like right here. Because that whole muscle attaches here. If
Okay.
this is tight, it's going to be weak on the outside also. Because they're balanced muscles for it. So this will kind of, this stretch will mount that area to loosen here, make it looser inside too. Or the outside, sorry, outside also. So once you've done that, and made that inside stretch here, now you can, by pushing the knee away from you, now you can do is bring that knee toward you, stretch the outside.
Oh, I was gonna say, I didn't feel this good.
Yeah, so now
That
pull
part.
toward you, toward that opposite shoulder to stretch now the outside of the hip and part of the lower back even. So if you're lying down, you'll be an easier stretch to even go higher up that hip and lower back area. All right, so again, hold for 5 seconds, relax, hold again for 5 seconds, and then switch sides. So you can do so many things just in bed, because when you're relaxed again, you're able to stretch the muscles and ligaments a lot more. All right. Now, let's start the upper body part. So, our hands and our wrists, they're all connected. We talked about earlier of the hand and having muscles. They actually don't. I made my mistake. You have tendons in your forearms, tendons, that become almost a tight string that goes and attaches to your metatarsals all the way up to your fingers. So by stretching your hand and wrist together, you're stretching your forearm together also, because they're all one really muscle, tendon that goes all the way to your fingers. All right? So you want to do is take your hand together, if you can, even your thumb too. Straighten out your elbow, make your elbow straight, and now bring that just like that. All right, and hold that elbow straight right here, all the way through. Hold that for 5 seconds, then relax, then 5 seconds again. And enough pressure where you feel a little uncomfortable, maybe in the forearm, maybe in the wrist, maybe in the hand, get everything to stretch itself out. Okay? Once you've done that on both sides, make sure you do both sides too. It does feel good. Every day, all day. All right, 5, and then 5 seconds again. Here, hold. And then we're gonna do, we've now stretched underneath our wrist and our forearm and our hand. Now what we wanna do is you wanna stretch out now the outside. It's a little bit different the way I do it. I'm gonna have you point your thumb down for your right upper forearm or above your hand. At that point now bring your left hand over top. And what you want to do is interlink your fingers of your left hand with your right hand, and now pull with your left hand to get that forearm to really stretch itself out. And it's a little hard. So again, right thumb down, left hand cross over on top, and interlink with your right hand, then pull just with your left hand to get that right forearm to stretch. Just like that. There you go. Perfect. Yep. Yeah, you can give me 1 second. Yeah, so pull this. Good. Now pull this hand that way. There we go. There we go. Pull that hand that way. There we go. Ooh, I saw some of the shoulder pop up too. Yeah. Good. Good. Go.
My fingers are short.
That's okay. It's okay. So thumb down. And over top. Switch. Now finger link. And pull this hand that way. There we go. You feel that? Perfect. Right here, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yes.
now I must not be doing it.
Go. See.
Because, okay.
So here it is. Finger link. And now pull this wrist.
Oh,
Oh. Good.
I have to be careful because I had shoulder
So bring your
surgery.
upper hand low. Down. Here. And then keep the elbow relaxed. Pull this way with this hand. Keep the elbow relaxed. Yeah, do it easy. Look at that. Oh, we learned something today. Woo! Getting all relaxed and everything. Yeah. Take a nap after this.
Yeah.
Now, elbow, shoulders together. What I mean by that, elbow like the knee is your hinge joint, but it has rotation involved too. So what people do, is take your elbow, put it up here, so make a right angle with your elbow. Then from there, now as you bring your hand, elbow, or your shoulder down, bring your thumb down with it. And then, doesn't either one. And then when you come back up, now bring your thumb behind you. How does that feel? Oh, good stretch? Good. All the way down with the thumb. And then all the way up with the thumb. All right? Good. Now switch sides too. And then elbow, 90-degree angle with the shoulder. Thumbs down. Disapproval, sad. And then thumbs up. Hey, optimistic. All right, and hold for 5 seconds on each one. Can you bring your elbow? There you go. And then elbow straight too. There we go. There you go. Oh, a little harder. Thumb down. And then it's gonna be tight, and then thumb back up. Boom. All right, any questions about that? Kind of a double stretch. When you can do also too, if you're comfortable with it, keep your elbow at your side, and then from there, keep your thumb up, come straight out, much as you can, and then come straight in. Kind of works the back muscle back here a little bit more. This posterior delt muscle gets sometimes very weak if you have front posture or hunch posture. So you want to make that muscle stretch more coming back. Keep the elbow in the whole time. Hold for 5 seconds and come back in. So I'll try your other side too. Thumb up the whole time. Come back. Hold that stretch for 5 seconds. And then come back forward. One more time. All the way back, elbow in the whole time. And then come back forward. Any questions on that one? Just work, it's all it is, work. You know, once you get these exercises down, this exercise should take you no more than, say, 15 minutes the most. And then you have another, let's say, 10 hours to go of your day. Whatever's gonna be, right? Whatever's gonna be. So a very small percentage. Now, this is a good one. Whoever has tight shoulders here, shoulders from your neck to your shoulder, everyone does kind of. What we're gonna do now, bring your right hand behind your left ear. All right? You're gonna turn your head to your left shoulder. We're gonna work the left upper trap. What we're gonna do now is bring that, as your hand's behind your ear over your head, let the weight of your arm pull your head down toward your body. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Good. Tightness? Yes. If it's tight, you're gonna feel pain. Hold that, and I recommend people holding this for maybe 15, 20 seconds, just the one side once. And now switch sides. So now other side, left hand over your head behind your right ear. Turn your head to the right shoulder. The weight of your arm down on the left arm, let that arm pull the head down toward the body. Should be looking at your right shoulder. So right there, hold that position. There we go. Good. Good, so what do you do?
So when I go up,
Go top. This way, not down. So as you bring that, you get your arm. Good.
Yeah, I just can't. Yeah. But the left, of course, is great.
It's okay, just look.
And I feel the stretch, definitely.
Good. That's what we want to do. Good. This is what we want to do. Simple things. Okay. Now torso torque. Ease your lying down. Okay. This helps the lower back. We want to focus on this one is we want to be upright. So what I have people do is learn a sitting posture checklist. Is have them do. I'll go this way first. Is sit on front of the chair. Slide forward. Knees below your hips. Feet underneath you, so we're more upright in our chair. We're like we're standing versus okay. Once we're here, I'll go this way too. So we'll quick check this way also. So front of the chair, feet underneath us, knees below our hips. Our body's gonna be more upright, so we're contracting our lower back to hold our body up the whole time. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna use your left hands on the chair, work your way over to your left part of the chair as you keep your body straight. And slowly turn your upper body as your knees stay straight the whole time. So if you need to, you can push your right hand on the outside of your left knee to really push as you keep your body up the whole time. The goal is to make sure our body stays up the whole time, doesn't drop down. At that point, get more of a torque in your lower back muscles to relax. When you're in bed, you can do it lying down. If I'm going to my left side, bring your right knees down on the bed that way. All right, good. All right, pretty easy. Now switch sides too. What we're gonna do now is keep your legs straight again. Good posture, knees below your hips, feet are underneath you. Bring your left hand to your right, outside of your right knee. Use your right hand to stabilize your body in more upright position, and just turn where you're comfortable. Just like that. It just feels good. Feels good, easy. All right, so this one you want to hold for about maybe 15-20 seconds both sides and just once. All right?
Not more than once. Okay.
You can if you want, but at least once to get that full stretch in there.
Yeah.
So longer hold, because realize when you're doing this torque stretch, ligaments and muscles are stretching together. So you want to stretch them together by holding the stretch versus more movement. All right? Last one. This is if you're comfortable with it. We talked about a second earlier. Let's make your overall body, now we've done everything, we made the overall body looser, right? How do we make sure we're woken up for the day? So here again, the half squat, coming down, body up, body straight, back on your heels, come down where you're comfortable, hold, then come straight up. At that point, we learn where our body's able to bend over, pick things up, walk properly. So here, back of the chair, here, body up the whole time. So my body does not do this. My body's on a plank coming straight down one line, all the way down, hold, and all the way up. I know bad knee over there, but it's nice and slow. And where's my head? I'm facing forward, I'm looking down. Head up the whole time, come down, hold, and come back up. Okay, same thing over here. One more time. Come down, hold, good, perfect. Then come back up. All right, and we want to make sure we're not doing this. We're not bouncing. Come down, let the muscles really contract in your quads, your lower back and hips. You're really waking everything up to hold position throughout the day here instead of here. All right, questions?
Now, we have this exercise that they do, and this is
Yes.
one of the exercises that help you because eventually as we get older, it's harder for us to get up off the floor if for some reason we fall or something happens. So exercising that part of your leg allows that to be strengthened so you can.
Oh, huge, huge.
Yeah, that's one of the stretches that they use.
These stretches might make you feel a little uncomfortable. You're good,
Yeah.
you're fine, you're uncomfortable, but do you want to be uncomfortable now
Yes.
and not get off the floor later?
Yes.
And I'd rather be uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
That's just my
I
personal
agree.
experience.
And it's actually really not uncomfortable more than anything if you have the right form, because I noticed that I used to do that exercise and I didn't know that I was doing it incorrectly.
Yeah.
And constantly my knees were just, I wouldn't do it because my knees were hurting so bad. But I noticed that you're saying if you have that correct body form, I can now, it doesn't hurt.
Oh,
It doesn't hurt as bad.
good. But yours too, like we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
is want to make sure before we do that half squat, we're doing the leg extensions also.
Yeah.
Warm the knee up. And when I say warm the knee up,
Okay.
warm not ligaments, but also the quad muscle. So
Yes.
that quad muscle that goes over the knee
Yes.
actually feels loose when you do that stretch.
Yeah,
Just work.
yeah.
But again, we have to do the work so it doesn't get tighter, weaker,
Yeah.
then we can't get out of bed.
Right.
We can't walk right. Then we fall, we can't get off the floor. That's more embarrassing. You know, all of us want to stay.
Embarrassing is like impossible.
Well, all of us want to stay independent, correct?
Yes.
We want to stay independent no matter what. So can we stay independent by doing the things every day that keep us loose and strong enough to handle our day? For everybody, all of us. I have guys that do hard labor work. I want to make sure when they go back to work, they're doing enough stretches and exercise so they can get back and handle that stress of their day, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions?
I have
Yes.
scoliosis.
Yes.
Are these exercises safe?
Fantastic. Good. So yours, make sure and be very conscious when you have scoliosis, we stay back more versus more upright. Because scoliosis with natural will make you want to lean forward and also turn too. That's bad. Turning is torque, turning is pressure, turning is tightness. Keep that out by keeping your body back by minimizing that torque that you already have in your body. Be conscious of where your body is versus letting it come forward and go this way or this way. All right? Good. Anything else? Any other questions? Comments? Yes.
I find myself clenching my teeth.
Mm-hmm. So that stretch here would help for one too. So yours would, I would almost, if it feels good to you, instead of going behind your head, go in front of your head and then look up and do that stretch. If it's some of these muscles here are tight, because your SCM becomes your master muscle, that'll help loosen things up. Looking up in front of your ear with your hand instead of behind your ear. You wear mouth guard too?
I'm sorry?
Supposed to.
Yeah. When you have jaw issues, sometimes the mouth guard will at least minimize some of the clenching. And plus, you're married too, correct?
Yes.
We're entertaining every day. That's our job. Sometimes we're frustrating, but we're entertaining. Anything else? Good? Yes.
Well, what are the, okay, what are the crackles?
That's the joint getting tighter.
Okay.
So by doing the stretching, keeps the joint looser. And once you're comfortable, doing some light weights also will also help the muscles stay loose and strong. Make sure one thing if you're not in pain or if you're in pain, when you get out of pain, you have to strengthen, keep the muscle loose and strong so pain can't come back. You have to strengthen to make sure the pain stays away. Whatever you want to do, but that's going to keep things from coming back again. Life, you know, we all have to do it. It's just part of it. It's. My wife asks me every day, "Are you ever sore?" I'm like, "I'm sore every day, because I work out every day. Part of life, so I can do things down the line." That's the plan. That's what we do. And again, the bottom of the page too has links to where you're going to find this on YouTube in about a couple hours or so. It'll be on YouTube, along with our previous workshops that we've done here also. All right. Anything else? Yes.
I just I see what you're doing stretches.
Yes.
Okay, I need to stretch this.
Good. So here, what I would do is, I don't have anything here right now, is I would do this stretch against the wall. So let me turn the camera over so people can see at home. Here. Good. Is you want to go against the wall here for, say, a chest stretch or a pec minor, pec major stretch. Against the wall here. And walk yourself out away from the wall. So here, once you put your arm on the wall, your body either push off the wall and walk yourself out slowly. And then switch sides. So about maybe 30 seconds one side, then switch sides the other side.
And that will help the back too, because stretching, I can't even, reach down, it's like pulling.
So because these are the tendons muscles, these are balance muscles. If you're tight here, you're gonna be weak on the upper back. To get this looser, then we're gonna do also is take some light weights and then open your body up this way. That feels good after a while. Take some light weights, even just water bottles at home, and go from the thing thumbs up, the thumbs behind you. To make this stretch, but also back here, get that to contract and get stronger. So we go from being tight in the pec muscles and weak in the upper back to now looser in the pec muscles in the front and also stronger in the mid back, in the upper back area too.
And that comes from my posture now, because I found myself sitting more like this. I used to be a person that, you know, like even drive, I had stuff because I was swayed, but I found myself trying to and fill the seat. And now it feels like a heart attack.
Your muscle shortened on you.
Yes.
It shortened on you.
And then in the back of the shoulder bone, I'm like, nobody can get in there. I said,
In there.
Get in there.
And we got to make it stronger so it gets looser too.
Okay, but see, I know it's from here because it hurts so bad.
When part of it, your posture changed, and then it got tighter, then it caused pain. You didn't feel this, you felt the pain. So it was already there. So now we have to reverse that, lengthen the muscle.
Yeah, because when I do this, it relieves it.
So we talked about earlier too, morning stretching. Every morning before you start your day, stretch only. And then do your day. Because that point you start this way, so you notice I'm a little bit more forward, maybe do my stretches again. And then, again, we talked about this one too with posture, especially standing, is keeping your body, again, back on your heels instead of on your toes. That, because when you're on your heels, the body stays contracted here, the back has to hold you up so it can't contract forward.
It's
work.
I mean, just even relax, this is killing me.
You have to be conscious and aggressive even 3 times a day of doing that shoulder stretch here, 30 seconds both sides, 3-4 times a day, and then taking those water bottles after you've done that stretch and just come out this way, hold for 10 seconds, here, hold for 10 seconds again, about 3 times. Get everything to open up, and then stronger back, that point it stays open. Just do one, it's gonna come back here again.
And then sleeping, that's the same thing. It takes you
Yeah.
here, because I can't even sleep on my
No.
shoulders now.
It gets way too tight.
It's crazy.
Throws everything off.
Yes.
But we don't realize there's a problem until we have pain.
Yeah.
Let's reverse the problem causing pain.
Yeah.
At that point, the pain will go away. Then we get stronger by doing this stretch, but keeping it loose. It worked, all work.
Yes, it's just, but I need it, it's working now, it's like, I know.
And then for me, I know where the muscles attached to, what joints they cross. I can give you any stretch you want for those muscles. It's just for me, it's in my head.
Okay.
You know, it's like all this stuff gives me headache every day. Any got questions? Good. Yes, ma'am.
I have a pin in my right
Okay.
shoulder. How long can you, they told me that after a certain amount of time, you're supposed to have the pin taken out. Is that true?
Every doctor's different on that one. Do you feel strong enough in that shoulder now, even the pin no longer?
I feel strong, but I feel it's resistant. I can't.
So you gotta go physical therapy. When was the pin put in? How long ago?
25 years ago.
So at that point, they would do a CT, not an MRI, because the MRI it doesn't like metal. They want to do a CT and then see where it is right now. But for me, if you're my patient, I'd say get the PT done first, make sure we're at about 90% range of motion first, and then get the pin out, then get the rest of the range of motion on your own.
But at this point, I mean, it's part of the bone.
We have no idea. I don't have X-ray vision.
I know.
CT, imaging. MRI they won't do it because it's a pin, but they'll do CT. Kind of see how much damage is in there, what they can work with, then physical therapy, then get it out so you can do a full range of motion. Let's work.
So what can I do to strengthen, I don't know, strengthen or
Sure.
whatever, because of this, I can't even like scratch my face.
So we want to do your stretch here would be, we were talking about it earlier. Instead of this stretch behind your ear, bring your hand in front of your ear and let your hand pull your head up and back. So help that muscle, SCM muscle stretch in the front We'll let your head come up. There we go. Yeah.
Another one.
Yes.
Because this is all going on, right?
It's all connected.
When I can't even pick anything up,
Ah.
you know, like, I go down,
Mhm.
and it's like, this arm affects this side.
Mhm.
This arm, I can go down to a certain extent, and then
Yeah.
now it hurts, I cannot pick my
Ah.
up.
Okay. Okay.
So how do I get this, and it's here.
By
So
taking
it's all affecting me.
taking water bottles again and coming straight up, hold, coming straight down. But again, to go with this one, we want to keep our head in one plane the whole time. Don't do this. Here, come straight up, come straight down. Same thing here. Up, hold, and come straight down. Get it stronger. It'll make the shoulder more stable. The problem is coming down, the shoulder feels unstable, so it wants to pull back again. So get the shoulder more stable, tighter in the shoulder stability by doing coming up. Again, thumbs out the whole time. Water bottles, hold, and then come back in.
Okay. And so that affects the nerves, because my arm was
Yeah.
through this whole injury.
Yeah.
My arm was doing this morning, like,
Mhm.
look at it.
It makes the muscles trying to overwork, so it's going to spasm to overwork.
Okay.
Fatigue. It's working too hard
Oh,
because it's weak. The muscle's weak. It doesn't have enough battery in the muscle to last all day. It's fatigue, spasm, fatigue, spasm, fatigue, spasm. So by getting a muscle longer and then stronger, you're going to be able to avoid that. This takes work
okay.
every day.
Yeah.
And if you have, like-
as long as I know it's this hope.
Well, if it's tender, ice it down. If it's not, just focus on the stretching.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any other? Yes.
Yeah, okay, I've been listening to all your,
My knowledge.
yeah, very good. And okay, you know, everything is great and I'd love to do them.
Yes.
Now, the stuff I could do sitting down
Or lying down.
or lying down, that's fairly easy.
Mhm.
But, because of the medication I'm on and stuff, the stuff standing up, I could do a couple reps of
Yeah.
those. Can I break them up during the day, or is it just easier just to do one, rest and get my breath back, and then do the next one, and then rest and get my breath back?
As long as you do it in one time period.
Okay,
At that point, I don't care how long it takes you. But at that point, because if you start breaking up throughout the day, I'm doing some on the lower body here, a little like the day gets away from you.
right.
If you go, I'm gonna leave myself a window of half hour to get all these, it may not take that long, half hour to get all these done. At that point, they're all done at one time. Because you want your body feeling good the whole time.
Right.
So if I just do lower body, my body's like, my lower body then has to work extra hard. So everything, give yourself half an hour, do my stretches, take me 10 minutes, but I want to take my time. Go for it. Yeah, go for it. But I like once a day if you're good. But before you go to bed, at night if you're sore, do them again. That body part,
Okay.
that stretch, that knee stretch. All right?
You mentioned,
Yes.
cramps doing the exercises at night for the cramps. My problem is the cramps, sometimes in the toes, sometimes they're here. It could be up a little bit.
And you're drinking enough water too, correct? Hydration?
Correct.
Yeah, you got it.
I asked this just because
Yeah,
of
that's fine. So keep stretching.
So do everything at night as well.
If you can, if you're comfortable with it, go for it. I want to sleep well. I want to wake up well. So that point, my stretches in the morning don't feel like they're work. I'll make sure my stretches in the morning make me feel good throughout the day. But if I wake up and I'm tight and sore, those stretches might just make me a little feel comfortable, but not loose throughout the day. So spend maybe half an hour in the morning, half hour at night is my block to get my stretches done. And again, when you do them, no matter how good or bad you feel, it becomes just a routine habit. Don't think about it. I don't like to think. It hurts my head. I want to make sure at least, so I just do it in the morning so I don't have to think because I'm not awake yet. And one time I was loading a video up in the morning, like, I can't even find it. I hadn't have my coffee yet or stretched yet. It was like still on my computer somewhere. I don't think in the morning. Just stretch, done, boom. Then start your day. That's what I do, because that works for me. All right? Anything else? Huh? So that one here for the shoulder, the wall stretch would help, along with this one too. Real light, but she needs to. Up if she wants, just right here. But make sure we're doing with that water bottles, we're turning our hands out the whole time. That rotation helps the shoulders unwind, so looser in the front and stronger, tighter in the back. That's the plan. Good? You got it. You're welcome. You guys have a good week. Again, the videos will be on my YouTube channel. Check them out and see. Hope you're educated and entertained.
Okay, great.
Hopefully more entertained and educated. That's what I'm hoping for. All right.